Alright, hi everyone. So I'm Alan from Men in Green. So I haven't been talking to you guys for quite a long time. So maybe today we can do a little bit of the analysis of different kind of stocks or ETFs that we can trade, and let's see what we can actually do during this time of having a market crash, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, everyone will be able to um, get something out of it and improve our skills and be able to analyze stocks on our own. So on this chart right now, you can see what we can see here is the graph of SPXL, right? So this is something that we've been talking about recently. It's kind of like something good to actually have a trade, because if you see between the resistance and the support line of the SPXL, which is a 3 times ETF of S&P 500, okay, of the index. So you can see that the range between the two VWAP line is around 2.36%. Wouldn't say it's the best, but if it's dropping under and it's trying to get a reversal, then you can see that it can get up to something like this. You can get up to almost 2.5%. So sometimes it gets higher, but then it's something good to know. If we have a look at the 6 month 4 hour chart, you can see that right now it's actually at the bottom, and you can see that it made a confirmation reversal right here where it touched the bottom, and then after that it moved up a little bit. Oh, it's a 1 year 1 day chart. Yeah, 1 year 1 day chart. Okay, sorry about that. So you can see that it made a confirmation reversal with a higher low, and then it started to push up. So you can see that there's still quite a little bit of margin for it to go up. You can see that the next support level, the next resistance level would be around here. Would be around here. So obviously, there's a little bit of a margin to go up. Um, Apparently, and ideally, we'll hope that it can go up a little bit more until here, which is $45, $46. Um, some people might ask whether it's gonna go up back to 76. I mean, it can. It probably will, because like it's like an index, right? But then definitely not in the short term. So I would say give it a little bit more time. If you're really lazy and you just want to buy index fund, then this could be a good choice for you, because it's 3 times, and S&P 500 has been doing an average of 10% per year. With like this 3 times ETF is like 30% per year. But then you know um, it has all the reasons to drop back a little bit and make a second low before it pushes up after touching this resistance line. So for me, I would definitely wait a little bit more and see if it actually pumps up. If it does, then it's good to go in. If you if we have a look at the 6 month 4 hour chart, you can see right here. Let me just zoom out a bit. You can see that right here. According to our indicators, you can see that it had reached the top line of the RSI at around 70, at the price of 31, yeah, $30, or around 30.44 dollars, and then it started to just consolidate a bit around here, and the MACD itself is actually going downwards as well. When the MACD is pointing downwards, it means that it has all the reason for it to drop a bit. Plus, you can see that from our EMA line that it can actually act as the resistance line of this stock, and so it can pump back down a bit before it jumps back up again. So if you're talking about buying in, I'll definitely wait and see if this actually push above the EMA. If it does, then it could be a good buy. If it doesn't, then I'll just wait a little bit more and see if actually I'll make a W sign. All right, so that's it for SPXL. So which means that from past experience and from this graph, you can see that the S&P 500 has all the reason to actually pump back down a bit before it pumps up again. And so, would you say the crash is actually over? I wouldn't say it's over. So, yeah, just wait a bit, be patient. If you don't think it's comfortable for you to buy in now, you don't have to. You can just try to paper trade. You can just try to read more and watch more, and improve your own knowledge. and information on trading, and so you can do better later on. All right. So how about this? Well, Shopify, you can see that it actually made a confirmation of reversal right here as well, at around $349, and then it went above the EMA line, pumped up a little bit more. Now the RSI is super overbought, and the MACD is actually at the top as well and almost crossing over. So yeah, definitely not a good buy. So Google actually just pumped over the EMA line. It could be a good indicator for it to actually jump up a little bit more. But you can see that from here that RSI is actually really overbought right now, above the 70 line, and MACD just crossed over itself. So the indicators are showing a downtrend, a potential downtrend that is coming, while the thing itself, Google itself, actually went above a little bit of the EMA line. Then for me, I would definitely see if it actually pulls back a bit and then uses the EMA line as a new support. If the EMA line actually acts as the new support of this stock, then and RSI and MACD shows a good sign of buying in, then it would be a good buy. So you can put it in your pending list, which I'll actually make an indicator here. All right, ticket symbol BABA. So Alibaba, you can see that also did the same thing, went above the EMA line, pumped up a little bit. Now RSI is overbought. MACD is actually really high, so yeah, no goodbye. Next one, Apple maybe. Also same thing for Apple. See now, like quite a few stock has pumped up a little bit after the crash, and so you can see that a lot of things have already restored their value a bit, or it's pumping up a bit. So it could be some good buying points somewhere else, but not all of them. Wow. So this is Tesla. Everything that everyone has been talking about Tesla recently because of the crazy pump in the previous trend. Right here, you can see that it pumped from like $400 to up to like almost $1,000. So right now, the last 2 days, Tesla has been on a good run. It's a crazy run that it pumped up like 11% and then 12% and then 7%, something like that. So now you can see that the RSI is crazy. It's above 81 just now, like not long ago, at around $751. And so after just crossing over the MACD line at the top, and also because of the high RSI, you can see it has all the reason to pump down a little bit. Well, you can sell it if you want. Well, for me, I'll definitely see if it pumps back up a bit and make a lower high before I actually sell it. But if you bought some, maybe it's a good time for you to lock, push up your stop loss a bit and lock in your profits and wait for the next time it actually pumps up. But in terms of a day trades, I think Tesla has actually a good margin for day trade. Let me have a look. So this is a 5-minute, 5-day, 5-minute graph. So for here, let's go in a bit. The margin, it's already just like 1.84%. Not really a big margin for you to chase after for day trade. It's 2.19%. So sometimes Tesla actually gives you a good swing trade or a good day trade when its margin is really high, like 4% to 7%, something like that. Sometimes it's just not that high. Even if it pumps, it's actually bouncing around the midline of the VWAP, and to the top line it has like a 1.1% margin. But it's just not good enough for us to actually go in and risk so much with such a bad risk-reward ratio. So if people don't know what's risk-reward ratio is how much you risk versus how much you aim to, profit. Um, for example, if you're actually risking like 1%, you would hope that you're aiming for earning like 2 or 3% per time, just so that the risk reward ratio is like 1 to 3 or 1 to 2.5, something like that, to make sure that you can actually lose 3 trades and win 1 trade in order to get even. And so in long term, it's easier for you to earn money in this way, because we can't actually assume or predict ourselves as always winning in the stock market. There's always like variations and something like change in patterns. And so all we want to do is to be conservative, be consistent, and have a profitable method to trade in long term, and so we can actually earn more. All right, another one to have a look at, maybe look at QCOM. So ticket symbol QCOM. Okay, QCOM. Well, you can see that right here. If I just zoom out a bit, just pass through the EMA line. RSI reached the top 70 point. MACD is actually crossing over, not really a best buy. Let's see something else. Nike actually pumped over the EMA line, consolidating itself. You can see that it could be actually touching the EMA line and potentially becoming a new support, and it can push up from there, because you can see the RSI is actually pulling back down. It's around the 44 point right now. If it actually pumps down a little bit more until around 30, and if the MACD goes down below 0 and crosses over and goes back up again, it could be a really good point to buy after bouncing on this EMA line. All right, so now Facebook appearing to be quite similar to the other ones. Disney. Well, Disney is like Nike, it's just around the EMA line, but then you can see that the pattern is actually not really like a parallel pattern or upward trend. So we will have a look for a longer time so that you can make sure that it makes an upward trend before you buy in. Okay, so something that we have been talking about these days is Amazon, right? So like right now it's actually at its high. It's actually like at $2,379 right now. So you can see that the RSI is super overbought. It's like 82, and it went up right up to like 86. And the MACD is super high as well. Hasn't crossed itself yet, but it's super high, probably because of some pumps, and because of some good predictions and good news for it because of the coronavirus, the COVID-19, which causes everyone to stay home. Everyone is in quarantine or lockdown, and so everyone is buying things online. So yeah, it's really a good time for Amazon to expand itself, and so you can see that the stock price actually went up a lot. If you're actually still holding it right now, in the grid we talk about this. So right now we're recovering around 26% profit. So I do more of the profits, and so you're ending in green with like 20%, which is a good thing. So consistency is the key. Remember to always just trade when you have a stop loss or when you have a really good strategy. Don't actually rush into this kind of trades, because it's not good for you and not good for anyone. All right. Okay, so it's not time for the natural gas report yet. So hopefully, today the natural gas report will be quite good, and so we can make some profits through slash NG and through DGAS and UGAS. Otherwise, trading oil is also okay, slash CL and DWT, UWT, right? So we can actually have a look at NG right now. Sorry about this. My laptop is quite laggy these days. I don't know why. So well, you can see, from the 6-month 4-hour chart, you can see that the slash NG is actually consolidating itself around here. Oh, interesting. It's around here. Around here. Oops. like this. So ideally, if it touches this point again, and then the MACD is actually crossing over and RSI is actually touching the 30 point, we can assume that, or we can predict that it will probably go back up, and we can have a target price at around here. Could be a good swing, but I don't recommend people to do day trades on UGAS or DGAS just because it's too volatile, and because of the beta sleeping that happens almost every day. And so it would be a good time for you to day trade when it pumps up. For example, we can have a look right now. 1 day, 1 minute graph. You can see the margin is super large. It's like 3.2%. And so if it actually shows you a good uptrend, or shows you good indicators with RSI, MACD, EMA, and stuff that you can actually confirm that it's going to go up, then it could be a good buy for you, and it could be going up for like 3%. So we just have a look after the natural gas report, just so that we won't be affected by it, because apparently when the natural gas report comes out and people are reacting towards it, it's all so be patient, because after the movement, like after a big pump up or a big downward movement, there's always a time where it recovers itself. The price actually goes back down to around a normal range, and we can actually make a good profit from there. So this is my attempt on the natural gas report or on the crude oil report every week. And yeah, so one more thing to cover before we go is Uber. Okay, so wow, Uber actually has a big range. Wow, could be a good day trade. Like Uber is actually having a 3% margin. It's actually having a really low RSI, and then it's almost crossing through the MACD. If it makes a good confirmation reversal, we can actually day trade Uber. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so let's see if actually it goes up. If it does go up, we can actually see that here is like a 1.2% margin, even if it's just between the lowest point and the midline of VWAP. And if it moves even higher and goes to the top, it has a 3% margin, which actually covers the target of our day, which would be a good thing to day trade. So yeah, you can actually have a good look at this. It would be good if you buy in when this SMA is actually pointing upwards, and everything. MACD is actually crossing over. RSI is actually higher than 30. The stock itself is moving upwards. It made a confirmation reversal. Ideally, also when the SMA is crossing above this EMA, but crossing and moving up above this EMA. But if it's that high and you have confirmed it with more than 3 indicators or 3 things that you can prove that it's going up, then it's good enough. Yeah, so let's have a look at it. I would be curious about this as well. All right. So yeah, that's about it for today. Hope you guys like this. And I hope you guys can actually find something good to trade and earn more during this time when you have nothing to do because you're being in quarantine or just staying at home or having a home office. And so you can gradually build up your passive income and spend less time on things that are not important to you, or can actually have more value or money to do something that you want. All right. Oh wow, we can see that Uber is actually already pumping up. All right. I'll see you in the chat. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me down below in the comment section, or tag Ask Blackcurrant, or just email me, inbox me anytime, or ask in the Facebook group or in our Discord chat, whatever you like. All right. If you like it, please subscribe down below. If you don't like it, that's okay. Come watch our videos next time. We'll definitely make better videos in the future. All right. I'll see you next time.